All right, Shalom. I want to say call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and the elders at GMS to rule well. Peace and blessings to the Akim that's out there fighting, doing this work with truth and sincerity. Back here again with another lesson. Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect men out there that's listening and watching these videos. Just a quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Once again, we come into the spirit of prophecy, going to the spirit of prophecy because our Lord Yahweh Shai comes in the volume of the book and he comes in the spirit of prophecy to give you the report that the Lord breathed upon us, the spirit, to know all, that we have an unction to know all things, to speak to the ears of his people the words of prophecy, and also to tell the wicked that the Lord is coming to visit the earth which he made, and that he has a controversy with the inhabitants thereof. Nonetheless, beginning with the apostles and the elders and the bishops of Great Millstone and the men on down, is giving you the report. The Lord had revealed his secret unto those men in an intimate setting, if you will, conversation-wise, in the house that the Lord called us upon, and to give us a spiritual report. We're in the spiritual war room, and to let you know that, again, right here in the book of Job, am I still in Job? Yeah, Job 9:24, to tell you that the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? They let you know who running the earth today. Edom, Esau, the so-called white race. That's the blessing back in Genesis he was given when Jacob supplanted him for the blessing. Esau was given a sword. That's why his military is so great. So if you take the emotions out of what the men of the Lord is telling you, again, the apostles and elders, the bishops and the men on down the Great Millstone, and those that's not of Great Millstone, but teaching the words of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, the apostles' doctrine as it is written, you take the emotions out of that, then you will know and see who's ruling. And once you know and see who's ruling, and you go to the scriptures, who is Esau, Edom, and who is Jacob, then you would know like you've been lied to, because the God of this world has blinded the minds of the people. So therefore, if you blinded mentally, spiritually, then you don't know sound doctrine when it's told unto you, because you coming from a carnal perspective. You hear on a carnal level, not a spiritual one. But nonetheless, the Lord is coming to judge this place, and we're here to give the report. And that would allow the elect of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Israelites who've been scattered throughout the four corners of the planet, to get right before all hell's break loose. And he go use this man, Edom, Esau, the so-called white man, as the whooping stick to come upon the earth, come upon the nations, and come upon the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, because the devil knoweth that he hath but a short time. So we're here to wake you out of sleep spiritually, man. We're not speaking our words. We're speaking the words of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, to tell you, man, this man that was given this kingdom, this was wicked. He's ruling in wickedness. That's another scoff. Let me try something real quick. Hold on one second. And that's a blessing that the Lord had put the spirit upon men to teach us and give us a spiritual eye salve to be able to see these things. Now our spirit understand what's happening on the planet Earth as to why things are happening. Storms that take place, tempests of storm. We know the Lord is visiting the earth which he made. Earthquakes in diverse places. The uproars of the people. So we see these things and we giving you warning. So it said the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. Look at the wickedness that went rampant throughout this planet Earth, man. And over here in America. You see that, you see it. So the Bible is pointing it out, that the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. That's why you see things that's happening on the way level, on the very big scale of wickedness now, man. Who's ruling? You don't see the so-called Africans ruling. You don't see the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans ruling. Who else is left ruling? The so-called white man, which his biblical name is Edom, Esau in the Bible. Where the Lord is coming to is coming to judge this place. And he's not going, and look, this devil not going to go down easy. Because he knows that they have but a short time. So he's going to come in on you tribes, man. And it's going to be horrific out here. But now that we know the Lord is coming to visit this place, and he allowing his so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to get right, this is the time for you to repent and turn from your ways, man, and put your best foot forward and lock in and get rooted. Because this man don't want to give up this kingdom. This is Sirach 4 in the Apocrypha in 31. Let not thine hand be stretched out to receive. See, remember it says the earth was given. If you give someone something, you have to receive it, right? You have to extend your hand to acquire that was given unto you. Well, the earth was given, that blessing, Isaac and Jacob, you see, when Esau got received, you have but one blessing but for me, Father, bless me, or Isaac gave him that blessing. So he stretched out the hand to receive that. So now it says, let not thine hand, Ecclesiastes 4:31, let not thine hand be stretched out to receive and shut when thou shouldest repay. So this is why this devil knows that he has but a short time, man. The top elite banking families, they know this. You see, they know this, man. So we're here to warn you because the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shema Shai got upon us to warn you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans about this so you can get right and quit playing. Your mind is all on everything else other than prophecy. Prophecy will tell you everything. And when you understand prophecy, then you would know that this is not a time to be messing around, man. You see? Right here in Psalms 119, right? And 126, what it says. So you people think that the Lord not going to come visit this place. You think he coming back with cotton candy and balloons and it's okay, brother, sister, come on. I've been waiting to come back. No, man. When you read the book of Exodus 15:3, the Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. Yahweh is his name, man. And he going to send his only begotten son with the holy angels to come back to cause havoc. We living in these prophetic times. We've been living in prophetic times. This is Psalms 119 and 126. It is time for thee, Lord, to work. You see? For they have made void thy law. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the top elite banking families, the small hats as well, that's ruling, man, in wickedness. So as the rulers, so as the people. The people go follow the rulers. If the rulers set out wickedness to do, people going to follow that. Why think crime is at an all-time high? All these things you see out here, man, great robbery, murder that they did to us. And now in this land and around trafficking, drugs, food is tainted. Everything, man, this wicked is tainted here. It said, it is time for thee, O Lord Yahweh, to work. Just like he worked in the time of Egypt and demolished Pharaoh and all those kingdoms back then as well. And that word time goes into an event. So all these events that's going to take place, and it's going to be noticeable, it's all orchestrated from the heavens. This is what Yahweh by Shema Shai want through the spirit to have these wars to take place on the planet Earth, man. And these different events that's going to happen, you know, crisis and things of that nature. Earthquakes in diverse places are going to be more prevalent, right? Going into grocery stores where the food will be scarce, where you're going to go up in a person's house because for the lack of resources thereof, you're not going to have any food. The price is going to continue to soar. And when these things start to take place, and it's going to get worse, you're going to know that a prophet been among you. But nonetheless, it is time for the Lord, O thee, Yahweh, to work, for they have made void thy law. So they swear in on the Bible as the presidency here. But then when it's time to judge, they don't judge according to the scriptures. So look, they guilty of all that, man. That's blaspheming the scriptures, man. And 2/3 of these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans not adhering to what's going on. So the Lord is calling these different events in this day and time to work, and it's going to be evident. Animals that live in zoos and different wildlife go start changing changing the places where they live, man. They're going to start coming to the inner cities, and things going to get wild out here, man. Lord, it is time for you to act in the NLT. For these evil people have violated your instructions. 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans as well. So the judgment is righteous judgment, because the Lord's coming back to judge according to the scriptures. You see? Now we can't keep all the laws to the best of our ability, but we put our best foot forward and do what we do. Then that's how we know we walk through faith. You know, because we can't keep all the laws. So therefore, the Lord's going to come and judge this place, man. So it's us those is the Lord put us on this path for us to stay abiding in Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, and stay rooted. Because the Lord is about to work, man. And He's going to send His Son, Yahushua, and the angels to come back. Boy, it's about to be bad out here, man. Some of us going to be homeless. They got the concentration camp set up. They got the guillotine. They're going to force you to take the RFID. That's on the horizon. They're finna make that mandate. They're going to mandate that. Now, we in the beginning stages of Third World War, the Third World's War. That's brewing up. So a lot of things is happening in the background to where it's all centered around what? Prophecy. Telling you something before it takes place, man. You see, this also in the book of Psalms 9 and 19. And it reads, "Arise, O Lord, let not man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight." In the NLT, "Arise, O Lord, don't let mere mortals defy you. Judge the nations," because they're thinking that the Lord's not coming back, right? So they're continuing their wickedness, thinking they're God. They think we want to be like the Most High. That's why they want to surveil you with a digital awl, if you will, RFID, man, the mark of the beast. The Lord has come back to destroy the beast and his system. And along with that, running parallel as this kingdom go down, the time of Jacob's trouble is running right beside it at the same time, man. So there's two warnings going out, if you will, for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to get right, and that Edom, Esau kingdom is not going no further than what it already extended to. So it's best for people to start paying attention to what's happening in the news and mirror it with the scriptures. You see? It says, "Arise, O Lord, let not man prevail. Let the heathen," these heathen nations that's running these different parts of the world, they all in bed with Edom, Esau, man, running through wickedness. You see? Let the heathen be judged in thy sight. And we can't wait till the Lord come back to destroy this place, because then we get to go back home, man. It's nothing left for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans over here, man. We done did all the wickedness. It's time to go home and have Yahweh Shai to come back and rule, have King David, the joint heirs, and be able to dwell and live in righteousness, where we can have finally have a fucking real family. We don't have to be subject to payments to this devil. Don't have to get up by the voice of an alarm clock. Don't have to go and work and get your wages garnished. Not to be behind on credit card bills and stress and anxiety. Those are demons. We want to go back to where things are supposed to be right. The Lord's finna come back and turn things right side up. That's why judgment is at the tip of the tongue of the prophets. Speaking to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and you heathens, man. The Lord is about to work. The Lord's about to disappoint you so-called you devils, man. What, Job 5 and 12? You're not going to go through with your plans fully. He gonna let you get so far, but he gonna take you off he gonna wipe you off the planet, man. This is Job 5 and 12. He disappointed the device of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, because they want to set up the NWO, if you will, and have you into subjection unto them with a digital awl, if you will, a digital ID, where they can track your every movement. And if you don't comply with what they want you to do, they can just turn it off, because everything will be digitally, your information, your money, your medical records will be in that device. And if you don't comply, the way you get into your homes, that's why they doing all these things with the war with the gas prices and all these things, because they want everyone to get EVs, and they're going to start governing those cars, trucks, whatever vehicle you get, that's going to be an EV, 15-minute cities. So they got a major plan, but the Lord going to let these motherfuckers get so close, go get so far in, man, and he go disappoint the wicked as they try to build an enterprise, just like the Tower of Babel. Did not the Lord destroy that? Did not Yahweh Shai destroy that? Confounded the Tower of Babel. Well, this new Tower of Babel is digital. That's where they want to go with it. You see? But nonetheless, The Lord has said our warfare is accomplished, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You need to start listening to these scriptures and the men that's telling you these things, man. Who in the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Bashar at the end of the day. Yahweh Bashar is near and upon us on the spiritual level, so hear ye him at the mouth of his prophets, man, that he sent forth unto you. You people, you so-called fat neck head ass Christians, you don't know anything, man. You don't know the scriptures. You always want to say what the Hebrew Israelites, this, that, and the third. You ain't going into one scripture in the book to break nothing down. You talking out the side of your neck. You in the way. This is Psalms. Before my phone died. My phone been acting up, man. I call brothers. Sometimes the calls drop. Calls don't. Shit is crazy. But nonetheless, a lot of our comfort's about to be taken, man. So we have to lock in through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shema Bashar and hold on for dear life. But we also have to keep abiding in the Lord. We're going to have to abide in the Lord. You see? And that's how you stay rooted and grounded. It's through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shema Bashar at the end of the day. That's how you do that. And that's the best. Like a tree connected its roots. The branches are the roots. Once the branches disconnect from the roots, then it's going to wither away. So we have to trust and stay with our power, man, abiding in Yahweh by Shema Bashar at the end of the day. You see? We have to. No other choice, man. So right here, Psalms 102 and 13 says what? Thou shalt arise and have mercy upon Zion, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We are Zion, man, that monument of the Lord. You see, thou shalt arise and have mercy. The Lord is extending mercy now by allowing this wisdom and knowledge and understanding to go out. And that's how he's abiding in us if we stay on the path and abide in him. He's abiding in us by, again, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So the mercy is being extended. But soon come, like Elder Apostle Around Law would say, what did he say? Once the warning stops, the judgment drops. You see? So as this mercy is being extended into his people who've been scattered throughout the four corners of the planet, we have to lock on to that, man. You know? Thou shalt arise and have mercy upon Zion, for the time to favor her. Yea, the set time is come. The set time is come now. That's why this word is going out. You see? So don't cover your ears up of hearing the message of Yahweh by Shema Bashar through his men that he set up and called to come unto you. He said to go out on the streets and the highways. Also, it says in the book of Proverbs, wisdom shall cry without. She uttereth her voice in the chief place of concourse, where the people go out in the midst of the city, anywhere you may live, and they do business, where people walk up and down different places. You see? And lift up that voice like a trumpet to show the Lord's people their transgression so they can hear this warning and they can turn from their wicked ways, man. Because our warfare is accomplished, man. That's why these Edomites is online talking about, like starting shit with Jake and saying they go chimp out, but they the one chimping out. You see? Soon come a race riot going to take place. Again, people that going to lack resources. Like it's going to get bad out here, like The Road, the movie called The Road, like The Walking Dead. Like, in other words, society going to break down. You're going to try to jump in your car and go. We're going to be goddamn traffic jams. You're going to have martial law throughout the cities. They got the 15-minute cities. They'll be carting people off, re-educating centers to re-educate you on taking the C-hip. And those that don't take it, they just go put to death. And we got to stand firm in that path. We have to stand firm in what we've been teaching. If that happened to one of us, it is what it is, man. But nonetheless, the Lord will put the spirit upon those men to be able to deal. That's why prayer, man, we have to pray. How can you forget to pray? You have to pray. We got to put the Lord in remembrance of his word. He know his word. So when we put the remembrance back on him, that's us trusting in his word and having faith in it. Some brothers' faith is stronger than other brothers, but nonetheless, we here to toil and to lift one another, because look at 2/3. They're not doing anything, man. Even your own family members in your own family, what are they doing to serve the Lord? They're not even asking the Lord for forgiveness on anything they've done. But the Lord has called us into this setting and to be able to get this understanding, man, which is past human comprehension, if you will. The Lord has given us the light, because light has come into the world, which is Yahweh Shai, man. And by this word has come into the world, John 15:3, this word has now cleansed us if we stay abiding in it. Because when the judgment dropped, when the warning stopped, the judgment dropped, then, that's going to be it, man. So we hope, and I'm hoping that I'm part of that number, the 144,000, 1/3 of some men, women, and children, a great multitude, to be protected in that day along with my children as well. And, children, moms as well. 2 of them that I pray for, but nonetheless, we got to stay rooted, and get our minds right, because judgment is about to come. The Lord's about to pull up on the scene, if you will. I forgot where it's in Isaiah, I believe, about coming on the scene. The Lord about to come on the scene, man. And then all bets is off at that point. So Lord willing, I hope this is edifying. Till the next time, I shall say, Shalom.